My parents migrated here from a small town in Georgia, Rochelle, Georgia. My father was a sharecropper, as were many others at that time. And he got tired of working for nothing, actually, because he said that you could work all year, and at the end of the year, you end up owing the man. And he just got tired of that one year and said, that's it. He and his brother, they kind of left Georgia in the middle of the night and decided that they weren't ever going to come back. Well, I was born and raised in West Palm Beach, Florida. Delray Beach Elementary is where I got my first elementary job teaching. I taught there and I loved it. It was such a nice, close-knit community here at that time. The core value of the neighborhood was what made it what it was. Like I said, it takes a village to raise a child. It really did. West Palm Beach really was like a village. And it was just it was a wonderful place to grow up, even though it was segregated. Because we had our own thriving community. We had our own doctors and lawyers, and we had our hospital, we had our own stores, we had everything, even with our school. Roosevelt High School, we were one of the best. And the neighborhood was different. When we would have the homecoming parade, people would turn out. Everybody in town stood, together. They pulled together. And so we had a life outside of the white community. So that's why it didn't impact us so much. As we got older, we kind of challenged the system. And there was a lot of segregation here. I mean, you had the black and white, colored white fountains. You couldn't drink out of either fountain. You couldn't get on the city bus unless you had to sit in the back. But I just remember when things came up in the black community, they would always say, well, Percy Lee, well, we'll go down to the Urban League and he can help. And from what I understood, that, if there was a family that was in need, they would help the family that was in need. They would get involved in anything that was coming up that would impact the black community. We stopped at a filling station, and I just went, I had to go, and so I went into the restroom, and all of a sudden I hear this knocking, bamming on the door, just bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, God, and I hear this, come out of there, nigger, come out of there, come out of there, nigger. And I'm like, so, I'm 18, I'm frightened, because I've never experienced that going to the restroom in my hometown. But I came out, and there was this huge, about 5 or 6 white men. And fortunately, my husband had a permit to carry a gun. That was the only thing that saved our lives that time. He just told me, go get in the car, they're not gonna bother you, and so forth. And we got in the car and we left. To me, because I'm an educator, I really want our young people to become self-educated about your society, your surroundings, and the impact that you have to make. As I tell my kids, too many people died to give you the right to be where you are. They died to give you the right to vote. They're not taking advantage of that, and that's discouraging. You got to vote. You got to get out there. You have to make a difference. You got to change things. We can't afford not to get out and vote.
That's true.
And bring somebody in the office that's going to impact our young people's lives, because really, our young people, especially our young black males, they are in jeopardy. And we cannot sit back and not do something to affect change.